Hi guys, my name is Adolf Nomo. You can get me on this email, adolf@adnomastuition.co.uk. Now, today I want us to look at how to factorize quadratic expressions. And to be specific, we'll be looking at quadratic expressions where the coefficient of x squared is 1. I will not be going into details of what quadratic equations or expressions are, but if you want more information on this, send me an email and I'll make a video about what quadratic expressions and equations are. But today I want to focus on how to factorize quadratic expressions. Now, quadratic expressions, right, look like this, right? In general, they have an x squared term, right? The first one, which is x squared, they have what? An x term, and then they have a constant which doesn't have an x. Now, we said that we want to concentrate on where the coefficient of x squared is 1. What we mean is the number in front of x squared here is 1. So the number here is 1. So that's the type of quadratic expressions we'll be factorizing today. Now, this is very simple. So I'm going to take my time to go through this step by step. Right? If you are confused in a way, please reverse the video, repeat watching the video, and you will get it. Now, when you factorize quadratic expressions, you get two brackets multiplying, right? And think about it. The only way you get an x squared, right, is when you multiply, right? The only way you get x squared here is when you multiply x times what? X, right? So we're going to have what? Two brackets with x and x in it. Yeah. So let's start. So you start by creating your two brackets. Now, this two bracket is there. And we know that if we multiply this x and x, we're going to get x squared. So we are happy with the x squared. We are sorted. Now, what combination of numbers will give us 6 here and then what? 8 here. That's what we need to look for now. So the first step is you look for pairs of numbers that multiply to give you the last term here. Right? So the last term is what? Positive 8. Remember, I didn't just pick 8. I pick 8 with a sign in front of it. So the positive 8. So come here, positive 8. Alright, so what are the pairs of numbers? Now, if you are learning this for the first time, please try and list all the pairs of numbers that multiply to give us what? Positive 8. So I'm going to list all of them. So the first one, I'm going to list positive 1 times what? Positive what? 8. Now, the next one I'm going to list is negative 1 times what? Minus negative 8. Positive 2 times what? Positive 4 will give us what? 8. All these terms multiply to give us what? 8. And that's very important. They multiply to give us what? 8. Multiply. Now, the last term, the last pairs of numbers here is what? Minus 2 and minus 4. They multiply to give us positive 8. So you see, when you list the positive numbers, you see at least plus 1 and 8 will give us 8. Don't forget to list the negative numbers too, because they also multiply the what? To give us positive 8. Now the next step is you add all these pairs of numbers and see which one will give you the middle number here. And the middle number here is what? Positive 6. Remember, I didn't just say 6, I said positive 6. Right? Positive 6. So we want the pairs of numbers which add up to what? To make 6. So we come here, we add these two, that will give us what? A 9. We come here, we add these two, that will give us a minus 9. We add these two, that will give us a positive 6. We add these two, that will give us what? A minus 6. So as you can see, the one that gives us a minus 6, a positive 6 is what? Plus 2 and what? Plus 4. And that's the term. So we come back here and we write our two brackets here. So the next step is what? We put the pair of numbers inside the what? The bracket. One number in each of the brackets. So we have x plus 2 and what? X minus 2. So this gives us our answer that we wanted. Right? This gives us an answer that we wanted. Now let's take another example. Let's take another example here. Now this time, remember we have x squared. We have minus 2x minus 8. So first step that we do is we write our two brackets. We put the x's in them. That's the first step. The second step is what? We look for numbers that multiply to give us a what? A minus 8 here, right? We look for pairs of numbers that multiply to give us a minus 8. And that's it here. Remember, I didn't just say 8, I said what? Minus 8. So remember the sign to the front of it, right? You need to take that one too. So it's minus 8. So let's list all the pairs of numbers. So the first pair is what? Positive 1 minus 8. When you multiply these two pairs, they give you minus 8. Minus 1 and what? Positive 8. When you multiply them, they give you minus 8. Positive 2 and minus 4. When you multiply this, it gives you a minus 8. And then minus 2 and plus 8 plus 4 gives you what? A positive minus 8 too. Now the next step, after listing all the pairs of numbers, is you find out which pair adds up to make minus 2. Now minus 2 is the middle number here, the middle term. That's the x term. Remember, I didn't just say 2, I said minus 2, right? So when you're picking the numbers, you pick them with the signs in front of them. So we have minus 2. So we come back here, we add all these pairs and see which one will give us a minus 2. So plus 1 and minus 8, that will give us a minus 7. Minus 1 plus, when you add them, so remember we are adding them. So when you add these two, that will give us a 7. When you add these two, that will give us a what? A minus 2. When you add these two, that will give us a what? A 2, right? So these are all the answers that we have. But remember, we want one that gives us a what? A minus 2. So we realize that plus 2 and minus 4, they add up to give us what? A minus 2. Then all we have to do is we have these two brackets here, and we put them plus 2 in one bracket, and we put minus 4 in one bracket. Right? And therefore, our answer is what? X plus 2 in one bracket and x minus 4 in one bracket. It doesn't matter which bracket you put them numbers in at this stage. Now let's look at another example. Now you can pause this video, try and have a go at this example, and then come back and look at my solution. Alright, so let's have a go at this. The first step is our two brackets with our x's in them. Our second step is we look for numbers, pairs of numbers that multiply to give us positive 16, right? To give us positive 16. Remember, positive 16. So let's list them. So these are all the pairs of numbers, right? So plus 1 is plus 16, minus 1 and minus 16, plus 2 and plus 8, minus 2 and minus 8. Remember, when I say minus 2, what I mean is what? Negative 2, right? So minus 2 and minus 8, they multiply to give us positive 16. So these are all the pairs. Now the next step, we look at which of these pairs adds up to give us what? The middle term here, which is the x term here. And the x term is what? It has a coefficient of what? Minus 10. So we are looking for what? Minus 10. Remember, I didn't just say 10, I said minus 10. So let's add all of them here. So plus 1 and plus positive 1 plus positive 16, that will give us what? 17. Minus 1 plus minus 16, that will give us what? Minus 17. Positive 2 plus positive 8, that will give us what? 10 here. Negative 2 plus minus 8, that will give us what? A minus 10. Positive 4 plus positive 4, that will give us what? A positive 8. And then that will give us what? A minus 8. Remember, as soon as you get the minus 10 that you wanted, you don't have to add everything else, right? Just stop at the terms that you wanted, right? So we realize that to get minus 10, we need what? Minus 2 and minus 8, right? That's what we wanted here. Now we come back to our two brackets, and we put the minus 2 in one bracket and minus 8 in one bracket. All right. So let me know what you think about this video. If you are still struggling with it, rewind the video and look at it step by step again. I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you.